Greetings and welcome to another excellent World of Tanks video. I was working on commanders today, and then as I was juggling stuff here and there for different tanks, I got to this setup here and I realized, you know what? Let me show you how it's done from the get-go, primarily for those people who don't know as much about commanders as others. That way they can help avoid mistakes that will slow their progress. So it could be really helpful if you would leave a like for this video, help spread this word around to let other players know this. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you the process of adding the right skills to your commander in a 38H. So let's get here. Now the first thing we want to do, you have really two choices. You can decide that you want to do this with the help of the quick learner or not. Now the quick learner is really good because it gives you a 10% bonus, meaning each skill will take you 10% less experience to get it. However, it's going to cost you that first skill. There's another video that you may need to reference if you're not familiar with this kind of situation, and it was made by Slap-a-Fish. I was going to make a video of the same topic but make it more exciting, until I realized it really cannot be exciting, and so I gave up on that quest and just tell people, hey, go see Slap-a-Fish. Slapafish. It's not a really exciting, entertaining video, but it has all the numbers you need to prove to you that the fastest way to upgrade your commanders is by using the quick learner. Alright, after that, the next thing, the most important thing you need is damage. And this is the key. You got to know what you need in the order you need it. Now let's look at the 38H and look at the damage. Damage per minute, 1,050 damage, alright? And as an experienced guy, that's why I can tell you what you need. So we're gonna put the reload skill in here at spot number 2, because this is going to give you the maximum damage potential at this point. So let's take a look now again. Damage per minute. It's bottom right hand corner, you see that. It went from 1,050 to 1,186. So every minute you have a maximum of another 136 damage. And that's nothing to sneeze at. So this is your key. Knowing what you need and when you need it. Now let's go to skill number 3. Now a lot of people would say, hey, I need to get maximum damage, and that would be Born Leader. That would be a good choice. However, then it's kind of 50-50. Myself, my experience says the best thing I can put on here is armor angling. This is the only defensive item you can put on your tank. Again, if you decide to go full offense with the Born Leader first and then get the armor angling in the 4th position, there's, that's 50-50. It's personal preference. It's really not that bad. It's just that I now have reached maximum defensive capabilities of this tank and the armor. So the next one I would do would be Born Leader in the 4th slot. And then you have a choice for the 5th slot. The 5th slot is a big deal because if you want to continue building this commander in the 38H, you don't need to put the steady aim on there because the aim of the 38H is pretty strong to begin with. And when we add the Born Leader, we're going to gain a point over what we have. Let's go take a look at our aim and see what we have. All right. Gun accuracy is 0.38. In the 38H, at the range you're shooting, this is accurate enough. More accuracy would be better. Again, it's a personal preference. You're going to gain 1 point, I think, is what you gain. It's either 1 or 2, so either it's 0.37 or 0.36 by adding the Born Leader. Now let's look at this again. Let me explain Born Leader to you. Doesn't matter, we'll just go here. We just want to be able to look at this. Born Leader affects a lot of things. Now, the Born Leader does exactly the same thing as the Enhanced Rations and the Fan. So you can stack those. You can have all three, which is the best. So I have, as you will see here, there's the Fan and there's the Enhanced Rations. So when we get Born Leader, we're getting the third one of these things. Actually, you know what we can do? Let's remove the rations and check the aim. Yeah, it gains you 1 point. So our aim is 0.39 accuracy without the rations. And with the rations, ta-da, it'll be back to 38. All right. Now, also, when you take the rations on or off, the game will automatically recalibrate whatever has been adjusted by, crew performance stuff. So that's why it just instantaneously does that. Now, let's take a look again. Go back to Commander and Skills. So let me tell you, what does Born Leader do? Born Leader will affect, in a very small way, your aim accuracy, your reload time of your gun, turret rotation, all of these things. And these are important to know. Accuracy during turret rotation is not important really on this tank per se, but these are all affected by a very small amount. Now, one of the things we have here, I'll tell you about when we add the Born Leader. Let me show you the reload of the gun. Reload of the gun. You'll see this where it says primary in the very bottom center column. Reload time 2.02. When we add the Born Leader, it's going to drop this number to 2.00. It isn't very much, but it just creeps down, and that's the lowest reload time you can have is 2 seconds flat. So this is helpful, and this is why Born Leader would be the number 4 skill to add. And like I said, now if you want to continue building your commanders, then on the 38H, as long as you want to use the 38H to build your commander, the best way to do it is not to add the steady aim, because the aim is good enough. And then you want to add stuff that will help you out, like binoculars or fire prevention. And when you get to the point to say, well, I want to have 7 or 8 skills before I swap this guy out, and it's up to you. The last skill that I would put on this guy before the swap out is the steady aim. because it takes longer and longer and longer to get those skills. And those skills that you're going to get, like in slot 5, binoculars is good because the 38H has a monster view range that goes out to a maximum of 432. Now, right now, the view range on this guy is 386. And that is with advanced optics. The Born Leader is going to jack our vision from 386 to 402. And then when we get the binoculars, it'll go from 402 to 432. So as you can see, there's 2 steps more of vision improvement. This is why I recommend not getting the aim in slot number 5 of your commander. So again, I would say Born Leader here. It's going to increase your vision. Binoculars here increase your vision to maximum capability for 436. And then, that's up to you, whatever you want to put number 6, whatever floats your boat. If you want to put it on an artillery guy, I'd say get clutch braking. If you want to, put it on a sniper guy, get the steady aim. But you just have to realize, what is it that I need the most? And it's harder for someone who doesn't have experience to know what they need to add, which is why I'm going through this, because I already know all of these things, because I've already done this for all of my different tanks. So that will help you in that regard. Let's just take one, like here's one right here, the Knight. Let's look at this commander and see what has been at. Good job, genius. What I need to do here is clear this back to neutral. Now we can look at this commander. Bingo, Knight. So what does this guy have? Now this guy has the Born Leader, not Born Leader, Quick Learner removed. Oh, I'm sorry, no, he has it here. My mistake. Anyway, all right, so basically Quick Learner, that's the first one we added. The second one we added is the Armor Angling. The third one, Born Leader. Well, actually, this is first, this is second, this is third, this is fourth, this was fifth, this was sixth, this was seventh for this commander. This is the fire prevention. On a tank that has a 20% stock fire chance, fire prevention is a big one. And what happens is, this fire prevention, we're going to take a look at this to show you fire prevention. Where is it? Okay, upper left-hand corner where it says Cromwell Knight in white letters, under the gold Cromwell Knight. You'll see horsepower, go down, top forward speed, top reverse speed, weight to horsepower ratio, and then internal fire chance. Now this tank was a 20% fire chance tank. And because of the fire prevention, it's gone down. But because we have the crew performance enhancers, which is the Born Leader and the enhanced rations and the fan, I think we have the fan on it. Yeah, there's the fan, there's the rations, and he's got the Born Leader. That dropped the fire chance from 20% all the way down to 11.75. That's as low as this tank gets. So that is an example of the power of the crew adjustments from the rations, fan, and Born Leader. And this just gives you a basic idea of how this stuff works in conjunction. So now, this guy obviously is ready to go and do whatever. But I all started at one point with a 38H and a commander, at some point that had 3 skills. Now this commander had 3 skills. Let me show you, I guess, for people who don't know. Go to the commanders, and if we go to the very bottom, the gold where it says recruit commander. Now, realistically, since the 38H is a free tank, if you don't have a 3-star commander, you really need one. Now, technically, you only need one, and put it in the 38H and build every commander through the 38H, and then get them to whatever position you need them to be at, and then transfer them to that tank, whatever that tank is, and then start again with another commander, leaving the 3-star commander in the 38H. Like, normally I have a Heinz in the 38H, but I also sometimes use the Nazi zombie. Tomato, tomato, it doesn't matter. As long as he is a 3-star commander, it's fine. So you can get any of these. Now, the best way to do this is to pick up 3-star commanders whenever they show up on sale, or you get lucky in a commander pack. You know, those commander war chests. If you don't have a lot of commanders, commander war chests are useful, potentially because you can get 3-star commanders in there. They're the rare ones, and they're not commonly gettable there, but I'm just saying that's a possibility. The regular price for 3-star commanders, as you see, is $3,300. And if you don't have one, you need to get one. Doesn't matter what, these are the ones that are standard available. So, I'll tell you this. The only one of these that has a unique voice is this one, which is the Jolly Roger. They hired a guy to do voices for this, and he's just awesome. This guy's custom voice is just an absolute killer. Very, very fun, because he speaks like an old pirate or an old seaman like this one. He says things that are really good, and they're seafaring related. So this guy is a killer. In fact, he's so awesome. I have him. Where in the heck? Okay, there we go. This is my commander that I use in my Sexton artillery, because I build commanders in here as well. That's because I'm an artillery expert. Normal people don't do that. But I use this guy because he's got the best voice in the entire game as far as I'm concerned. Now, there's a lot of other ones that are great that I have. But the point is, you need one 3-star commander, minimum. Now, you can get, whatever it is you want. Where in the heck did that guy go? Oh, there it is. You only really need one, okay, for the 38H. And this is my main commander builder tank. Now, I do also do the Sexton artillery because I'm very good at it, and it's just more fun for me. But you cannot beat the speed of the 38H. In fact, I'm going to go take this guy out. We're going to go to a match, and I'm going to do one here for you, since this guy has no experience points at all, and show you what happens, because the speed factor of this is crazy, combined with the ability to use commander boosters. However, let's go through and let me show you exactly how powerful this guy is. Now, the 38H has a 50% commander bonus. Okay, here's where we show you this. Right here, you go to the very bottom of the page. On the bottom left, you'll see premium bonus. Silver bonus, it says 100, meaning it doesn't give you any silver bonus. That's its one weakness. So what I do is I use my Sexton artillery to make up for that lack of silver bonus by making money in my Sexton artillery, because it has a 181 bonus. That means 81% over normal. 100 is normal. 100% is just normal silver. So the Sexton artillery has an 81% silver bonus, and if you're a good artillery player like myself, I can make tons of money. Now you can also do that with Cold War tanks, especially if you've picked up one of the ones they give out to newer players. Recently they've been doing this, is the T95E3. I gotta go and show you this one. So let's go to the Cold War, show you that I don't have this tank. I'm an idiot. Okay, it doesn't matter. I have another tank that's just like it. Okay, that is this Bandit. We're going to go here and look down here. Now, if you have the T95E3 Cold War tank, the medium, that tank is the same as this one on the silver bonus. This has a silver bonus of 165. That means 65% silver earning over the normal. And that's really what I want to show you. So you're looking if you have Cold War tank premiums. Preferably, most likely you have the T95E3. Go look at those Cold War tanks, find the ones that have the highest silver bonus and ones you can score well in, and there you go. You can score and make money. All right, now let's go back over here. All right, tank experience bonus is good for operations. We don't worry about that for the time being. This is the high scoring operations tank, but it's only tier 2. So some operations require tier 3 and above. In the old days that wasn't the case, but anyway, they've changed it. It doesn't matter. The thing that makes this tank so awesome is the one where it says Commander Experience Bonus. It has a 150, which means it's 50% commander points over standard. And where this comes into play is here. It has a 50% commander bonus. You get 10%, and they'll tell you right here. Enhanced rations on the far right, you'll see it says plus 15% crew performance, plus 10% commander experience. So we get plus 10 for using this. I use this in every match. So I get 50% bonus from the tank. I get 10% bonus from the rations. Now the commander, you'll see on the left hand side in the gold lettering, earn rate 130%. That means this guy has a 30% commander bonus. That's why 3-star commanders rule. So we take the 50% from the tank. We add 10, that's 60%. We add 30%, which is the commander. That's 90%. And then we add quick learner. 10% increase to commander experience. Well, that makes it a 100% bonus tank if you set it up correctly, like I have set it up here. So what happens is you play a match. Let's just use a basic number to keep it simple. All right, don't get crazy. You do 1,000 damage and you get points. Let's just say, for argument's purposes, you're going to get 3,000 commander points for doing 1,000 damage in any tank. Tier 2 like this one. Well, since this has a 100% bonus, that 1,000 damage that you do for 3,000 points would be doubled. And it would be automatically that 1,000 damage with this setup on this guy in this tank. It would get you 6,000. Interested now? That's why I'm going to show you. I'm going to take this guy out. We're going to do a match. And I'm going to show you exactly how this works. And then what you can also do now, at the top of the tank, you see that where it says orange battle and hit A button, I'm on Xbox. If you were on PlayStation, it would say hit X. Okay. But anyway, you look under there, you see the loadout, you see 38H, the gold border is flashing. You'll see a red banner at the top of the little rectangle, plus 100%. This will be the first win of the day on this tank. You get a bonus for that as well. So, now on Xbox, I hit the Y button, but on PlayStation, this would be triangle. Check this out. Oh, boosters. We have boosters to add. Let's see what we got. 2.75 booster is a good one. Let's go and use a 4 times booster. Anything can happen. Now, if I have, due to experience, if I have a good solid game, I'm going to get 25,000 commander points in the end. One game. Okay? Let's take a look at this commander one more time, and now we're going to, whoops. Here we go. Don't let anybody tell you different. You know, everybody makes mistakes. No big deal. All right, let's look at this guy. Skills. Now you'll see above the 9 skill blocks, you'll see the blank black bar. 0/112,000. We need 112,000 points to get our next skill, number 4, which we already have discussed should be Born Leader. Okay? So the thing is, I'm looking to add, realistically, a mediocre game for me would be 20,000. A really good game in this, 40,000. With using a ×4 commander bonus. But someone's out there saying, ooh, Duke, well, you could add more points if you used a bigger booster. You have a ×10, you could use that. That's very true. I do have a ×10. But the thing is, I don't do this right now. There are times, well, let me tell you, last Christmas, 2023, we had the toy tank, I don't know, event. It was just part of Christmas. We had toy tanks. Well, the toy tanks generated extra commander bonus. I'm saving all of my high values for that. If that comes back this Christmas, I'm going to rake it in nasty. So that's why I don't do that. Also, for yourself, if you're not an expert in the 38H, and believe me, you're not. And I'm not being rude. I'm trying to warn you. There's things you have not yet learned. And I know I'm training a guy in the 38H who's a really good player. But he's not a 38H master yet. Because there's things in the 38H we do that you don't do anywhere else, really. Well, not the same way anyway. You do variations. And that's what we're going to get to. You want to become a master of the 38H before you start investing ×6, ×8, and ×10 if you have them. Boosters, because if you have a bad game and it turns out not to be a big number, it's like, it's a squandered opportunity. The toy tank event was fantastic because it was a multi-spawn game. It lasted for a certain time period, like for 5 minutes, I believe. And so you just pounded on guys. And you might catch a bad first spawn and die and then come back and kill 5 or 6 guys in a row. We did that. I had games 80,000, 100,000. So there was all kinds of nasty scoring. Those were with ×8 commander boosters. I burnt all of my boosters on commanders during the toy tank and transformed my commanders. I had, it was like 8, 9 skill commanders, and I ended up with like 26, which is an insane amount. It's really crazy, okay? I guess I'll show you. Let's go look here. Maximum. Yeah, I got 26. These are all 9 skill commanders. Now most of these were 7s or 8s turned into 9s. So these are all maxed out commanders that I have for all kinds of powerful tanks. So this is the thing. This is the kind of the end result you're looking to get down the road. So we're keeping forethought towards this. Now, hey, let's go to a game. Welcome to the mines. Let's see what we have here. We have one person. He is a Hornet. Very fast combat car. So what we're going to do is kick butt. That's what we're going to do. What you need to understand though is matchups. In this head-to-head matchup, the 38H is substantially stronger than the Hornet in firepower. But in speed, the Hornet is just like double my speed almost. Right now, my flat ground speed is 25. But right now I'm going downhill, so I look like I'm faster than I actually am. Spoiler alert, my speed is terrible. There we go. So what I want to do, reduce my visibility to the enemy as much as possible. Jerk. I'm using my good accuracy here to crush this guy. I'm trying to crush him. I guess I was aiming too low. He's dead now. Alright, you're going to eat this. Now, you got to watch out. You got to be on eternal vigilance against the speed of the Hornet. His speed is just devastating. We cannot allow him to use his speed to dominate this map. So we've got to crush as many guys as possible to gain an advantage. So crushing these 3 guys, I'm going to head straight to his base. This is a scenario you would see eventually again. Now there's a lot of different ones that happen, and so you have to figure out how to play them each. They haven't even killed a single guy. Now that's because the Hornet is not strong in the combat sequence. He's strong in speed, but he's not making use of the speed. He's not threatening anything. Speed is only good if you're threatening to do something, like go to my base. Because I'm slow, I can't match his speed. But at this point, if he went to my base, my robots would go back and defend it in time while I head with my giant slowness to his base. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to get on his base, and all of his guys are going to come back to try and stop me, and I'll kill every one of them. Because my tank is better than their tanks. Well, my tank with me. They're just robots. So they're using, decent tanks, but they don't have any brain power. My strategic brain power is what sets me apart from your computer players. Alright, so now, here we go. This is pretty classic, actually. Alright, there we go. Thanks a lot. Now she hits red, and that red means I'm having a penetration opportunity on the shot if I hit him. And this is a tactic you're going to have to learn to maximize yourself. You freak. He's dead, Jim. I realized I wanted to, instead of doing a replay, I would just do it live on the video. I don't have a shot on him. But that's okay. Who's the last guy? The Hornet, of course. Now, my damage is 860, which isn't that great. It's alright. It's fair. This is why I don't also want to, I don't want to gamble a higher value commander booster. Easy money. He did the smartest thing. He saw his team was getting annihilated, and he just didn't die. That sometimes is the best thing you could do. A 38H represents a horrible matchup for him. So you've got to give him credit for thinking. It's like, well, oh man, I got a bad matchup, and then this Duke jerk is going over and crushing my guys. He knew he was going to lose, and he just lost the least he could do it. So here what you see is watching the commander points in yellow build up. Now, I told you a decent game would be 25,000. I did better than decent, so 34,000 commander experience in one game. That's with my proper setup and the 4 times booster, and that's it. It's pretty nasty. So basically, it doesn't take a genius to figure out that 3 more of those will be, 2 more will be almost enough to get the next skill, but the third one, bing, bang, boom, if I had 3 more like that, I'm going to score quickly. But this is the key of how to build your commanders so fast. That was one game. You see on the top, it says battle duration, 4 minutes and 9 seconds. Yeah, I think I could handle that. Now, this is the key, that when you get those commander boosters, they're super valuable now that you've seen it implemented and how to implement this correctly. But again, you could have a bad game. There's no guarantee. So that's why I want to show you this, give you preparation so that you can look at this and go, okay, now I see what's going on here. You're going to grasp the patterns of what you need to do. This is why you want to set this up correctly, is because this happens for me all the time. But again, I've been working on this entire pattern for a long time. So I'm an expert of the 38H. And I know what it will do potentially. And man, we got lucky that we got a really good, easy matchup for the 38H. Now there's other matchups that are tougher. 38Hs are tough. Okay, if you're going up, when I say one-on-one, I mean one person plus robots versus another person plus robots, which is what we had here. So in a one-on-one matchup, the 38H is a tough one because you got to know how to beat a 38H. Okay, that's a different story. The T1E6, either the X, the X1, or the PS, those are just console versions. The X came from the 360, the X1 is from Xbox One, and the PS is from PlayStation. Those tanks are extremely dangerous for the 38H because what they like to do is get on top of the mine in a stable position where they're not moving, and then their gun fires fairly accurately. And if they're using premium ammo, they can butcher you. So this is a dangerous matchup. A lot of the other ones, like the Steadfast or the Hornet, which any combat car, which is Hornet, Python, etc., they're not really a big problem because they're fast but weak. But you have to be on top of your game. And if you lollygag and your guys start getting killed, well then you're going to lose the ability to go to the enemy base because you're so slow. You know, the worst case scenario, now, in this Hornet match, if it got to a point where it was myself only versus the Hornet, I can't beat him because his speed is so massive that if I try to go capture his base, he'd get to my base and capture it before I could do the same thing. That's the problem the 38H has. You have to have the problem understood in your brain. You cannot win one-on-one versus a fast guy who's smart. Now, if he's not smart and tries to fight you and you kill him, well, you could win that. But if you got to a one-on-one in the 38H versus any of the fast combat cars, a Steadfast, an E6, you can't beat them unless they're dumb. So another rule when you play these matches, assume that your opponent is smart. You saw that this guy was very smart because he realized he had a losing situation, and instead of making it worse, he just stayed alive. And you have to recognize that was the best he could do. It's just the matchup was bad for him. So the matchups are important, and you'll learn that over time. This is where the mastery of the 38H comes into play. So let's check the medals, just to give you an example. Cool-headed. Well, survive at least 10 ricochets and non-penetrations in a row from enemy team players. Yeah, that was no problem, because those guys had weaker guns, and at distance, the damage they do is less. You notice I stayed back, and I engaged those guys as a sniper. And the reason I did that is for two reasons. Number one, their bullets are weaker. Well, your bullets are weaker too, Duke. Yeah, that's true. That's why I use premium bullets. Premium bullets have better penetration. Theirs loses penetration. So I use premium 100 bullets, all premiums. I lose about 30,000 silver a game. So that's why I told you about the Cold War, or in my case, the Sexton artillery, that I use to make up on that money. So I lose silver to gain commander points in my 38H, which is no problem because I can go play a Cold War game or Sexton artillery, and I make it all back, bing, bang, boom, in a short period of time. It doesn't matter. So the silver problem is not a problem for me personally, based upon my personal skills and the tanks I have to use those to recoup the silver. Bruiser. Damage enemy vehicle modules or crew members at least 5 times. That was cool. Fighter. Destroy 4 or 5 guys, and I got... No, I didn't get 6. I got 5, I think. I don't remember. It's 4 or 5. It tells you right there. So, shellproof. Total damage blocked by your armor exceed the hit points of your vehicle. Fire for effect. Your own damage hit points from your gun exceeds the hit points of your vehicle. And then I got a 3rd class badge. Nothing special. Just a solid performance. Yeah, I killed 4 guys. 860. Normally, I'll average 1,000 damage in a 38H. But sometimes you're going to be low. Sometimes you're going to be high. 1,500, 17, 1,800. My personal record's almost 2,500. Because you catch breaks, man. When you catch a break or a series of breaks and you're able to take advantage of them, your score can be astronomical. Okay, and I mean astronomical. But I wanted to give you guys a good game, show you how this works, and let you see it in practice. And that was pretty awesome. Like I said, 4 minutes and 9 seconds. You can't beat that anywhere. Well, within reason, okay. It could be beaten, but it's unreasonable and super rare. But this is the power of the 38H, and it is fueled by ×4 commander bonus at this situation that you saw here. Here's the trick. The trick is, well, this thing is a monster with all these different commander boosters. Now, all these you see here, 2.75, 2.5, 2.25, 2 times commander boosters. Those come, oops, wrong one, here we go. Those come from the free war chests, okay? Also, those come from Celebration War chest. So it's one of those things that it just all depends what you're looking to do and what happens. You know what I should do here is just take a gamble for video purposes. Now, Celebration War Chest. Open 37 more war chests and you'll have a guaranteed super rare epic item. I don't really need those. I have all of those. You see the epic and rare tanks on the top. 4-Red, 477A, T-58, and the Centauro. I have those already from different sources. You know, a couple of those came from the seasons. I got the 4-Rad from a season last year, like July, I think, July or June, whatever it was. And the Molot 477A came from the Celebration. I was super lucky yesterday. I got that. So that was awesome. So I'm going to do one of these just to give you, in this video, an example of what we get, and we might get some killer boosters. All right, let's go do this. This is for science purposes. Awesome. Times 6. You got 3 of those. So this is one way to get those. That's one of the possibilities that you could get. So actually, this isn't that great of a deal per se on purchasing, but in the demonstration of the celebration war chests, this is one of the things that can happen. All right, no war chests available. That's fantastic. So this video has been a killer video for sure. If you need commanders and you're short of commanders, commander war chests are very good. I don't need commanders. Again, you have the same thing. It'll tell you guaranteed 3D hero commander every 20 war chests. So I guess let's go look at the commanders. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. Now the hero commanders are the 3 stars. So these are 3-star 3D commanders. These are the big dogs, the ones you would stick in a 38H. Or, here's another one. I use this 3-star commander in my Thresher. This is from Halloween 2022. And this one generates a lot of commander points as well. So when I'm running matches where somebody else is playing artillery, and I'll tend to use a Thresher to give them defensive protection. That's what I use it for. So this is another commander builder. As you can see, this girl is almost getting skill number 7. So I have to go run some matches soon. Today I'm going to do this and then get the 7th skill for her. Again, quick learner. This pattern is the same one that came from a 38H guy. Reload, but this is an earlier one that I used, because normally it would have been reload and then armor angling, and then born leader, and then this guy, and then this guy. So I'm going to get the 7th skill, and I don't know, what would I do? One of the things that's really important for a Thresher or medium type tanks. Thresher is technically a light tank, but it plays like a medium. The medium tanks, or in some cases, and in all the time, heavy tanks, they need the rapid aim, which is turret rotation, to increase the ability for them to rotate their turrets faster. So most likely, this is what I will get on this tank. Now, if I wanted to make it a sniper, I'd go ahead and add camouflage, and then swap this to a sniper, and then just proceed, what have you. Or Iron Mace is another good one if you're using this guy to shoot longer range targets, because you'll do more damage at extended ranges. Different things for different guys. Now here's another one that's really good, and that is Deadeye. Deadeye, every time you hit a guy, it increases your chance of doing damage to their crew, setting them on fire, etc. Well, that's not a big deal. That's true. But if you use like a T1E6 or a Panzer 1C, they shoot a gun that goes so every time they're hitting, there's a chance, there's a chance, there's a chance. You see how it gets ridiculous. So on certain guns, this Deadeye is just a monster. You're going to set a guy on fire. Combat car with a Deadeye, that could set a guy on fire and burn him to death, quickly. So there's all kinds of different options available. But like I said, for this tank, a medium tank or a heavy tank, I would go with rapid aim to get increased turret rotation. Or a sniper. If I had a light tank, this guy's doing great, and I might want to use this run and gun for a Panzer 1C, for example, something that goes super fast. The Panzer 1C will go upwards of 91. so you get the run and gun to have the gun have more accuracy while you're moving. There's all different kinds of scenarios, and you have to figure out what are you good at. Now, another one that probably should be considered would be fire prevention, depending on whatever tank that I have. Let's go pick a random tank and see what happens. Maybe we'll pick one that has a horrible fire chance. I don't know. I don't want to do artillery. Let's pick something else. Yeah, let's pick this sniper. Why not? What do we have here? What's the fire chance of this tank? 15%. That's not horrible, but it's not great either. So that would be a good candidate for a fire prevention. Although it's a sniper, we should try a heavy tank. Yeah, let's try a heavy tank, okay? Let's try a heavy tank. I don't know. We have... Ooh, a paladin is good. Let's try this paladin. What do we have here? Yeah, 20%. Well, we just got a great one right here. This is a 20% fire chance, and this tank commander does not have... This guy should have... fire prevention is more important than this. Whoever set this up was an idiot. Oh, wait a minute. That was me. Okay. So I'm the guy who's responsible for this. Okay, so let's fix this. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you a little trick here. We're going to swap commander skills. So I'm going to go to this commander. Let's try this. Clear it out. Make it neutral. Go back to commanders. There we go. Paladin. All right. We're going to find... This guy's got 6. We should have a 6 skill guy. All right, let's go find a 6 skill guy that has, not her, we already know what she's going to be done. Okay, we need, there we go. Well, he needs that himself, so let's just look at something else. I'm just curious. Somebody's got to have a fire prevention. Yeah, this is good. Well, yeah, I don't know. We're looking for that bucket shape. There, that's not bad. Not specifically. Oh, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. All right, now we're going to go back to our paladin. Look at our commander. There it is. He's got the fire bucket. He's got the regular, what I call, regular skills, regular 5 plus a fire bucket, which is great. Now let's go look and see. Fire prevention. Okay, now notice it didn't change. It says 20%. Here's the trick. We're going to use the enhanced rations. We're going to get rid of them. It'll force the game to automatically recalculate. See, now it says 12.41 on the fire. It's right under where it says Paladin Carnarvon Action X. Now we're going to add this back. And it drops to 11.75, which I had told you in a previous segment of this video. So this one, this is how you can manipulate commanders to fit what have you. You could swap them from the skills from commander to commander for silver. This commander stayed here. It's fine because it costs you gold if you want to switch nations from this British to the other one, which was whatever the heck it was. I don't remember. Oh, it was America. The one I used was the Astron Rex. So that covers the whole dealio on that. So here, let's go back. This is the one I stole the commander skills from, the Astron Rex. Which is, I guess I'll mention this to you. This one is important. This is another 50% commander bonus tank. This is a tier 8 medium, but this tank is not free. And if you don't have it, this tank here, the Panzer 38H, this is a free tank. Now, there's a chance you don't have this tank. This tank is absolutely free. There's no sign up. There's no strings attached. All you have to do is pay money to me, Duke. Oh, wait a second. No, I'm just kidding. You just go to the store for your console, Xbox or PlayStation. Search for World of Tanks Joint Forces. It's a 2-pack game of World of Tanks and World of Warships. Alright, so there we do. So I'm going to type this in, World of Tanks. This is how you get the free tank. This is the, one of the good parts. And let's just type in the joint. Should come up here, and there it is right there. World of Tanks Joint Forces. Now, scroll down here. This is how you know you're in the right place. You see the 38H right there. So, this is it. Now, I own this. It says manage this. It would say buy, but it's free. So, you look at this. This is the game. We have this. This is the Warships game. I don't want to play that, so I don't get it. This is what you want. 10 megabyte add-on installed, as you can see. That gives you the 38H for free right in your own garage. Bada boom, bada bing. That's how that's done. And then you'd come back here, and in your profile, it would tell you, bada boom, you got 38H. Okay, if you don't have it. That's it. And then go back to the start of this video and do all the things I showed you, or as much of those as you can. The only thing essentially that will cost you if you don't have one is a 3-star commander. And so now, again, if you look at the orange rectangle that says battle, underneath it, the 38H, it has lost the red stripe, which, you see that on the knight. The red stripe says plus 100% experience. There you go. Same thing. I think that is the tank experience for operations. Okay. But I'm not doing any operations in this tank, so it doesn't matter. And I can go and bammo continue this process to build this guy to get that 4th skill, which we all know is going to be what? I hope you said Born Leader. Or if you said if you took Born Leader for the 3rd one, Armor Angling. Because now you remember, that's a really good thing to mention. It just occurred to me. Let's do this. Here we go. Look at those medals again. Now, you remember this? Shell proof. Have total damage blocked by your armor exceed the hit points of your vehicle. That's because I had armor angling that I got this. Just that simple. Not complicated. This is another one, the cool-headed. I survived 10 ricochets because of the armor angling. That 5% makes a difference. I got 2 medals based off of that. So this is why I chose armor angling in the 3rd slot. Because it works. And I got 2 medals in that match to prove to you that it works without realizing I was proving it to you. So, there you go. Anyway, this has gone longer than I anticipated, but it's been super valuable because it makes me think of all the things I would like to tell someone, but the video thing helps a lot. Anyway, so we are basically done. So I hope you enjoyed this and hope you learned a lot of stuff. This is very helpful information. And it would help me if you could leave a like for this video to spread this word so other players like yourself see this and will be jump started in the right direction to increase your commander powers. And eventually, the thing that I do here, I do this kind of thing on a daily basis, 3, 4, 5 matches a day. If you want to do 10, hey, go do 10. It can get boring and repetitious to people. Other people, not so much. Hey, whatever floats your boat, do that. Don't kill yourself. Make it fun. So I had fun doing that match. And that's, 3, 4, 5 of those. Normally I would go and get another skill and go, I got a skill today, I'm good, So make up whatever, floats your boat. It's not about me, it's about you. Do what works for you, but I'm just giving you the hints to help you find the way to do this to where the more you do it, the faster your commanders are going to build up. Now, maybe you're going to do, more matches for the first few days to get other commanders set up. Certainly a great idea. Now, there's one more thing I wanted to tell you. I realized that I forgot about it and I just remembered it. And that is, we have this operation challenge going on. Not the Dune, which is fine, but the original 3. In the original 3, you earn points to pick up essentially free tanks, okay, down whatever. But one of the things you can also get here, as you see this, is, where is it at? It is, there we go. It's the drop delta. In fact, here it is. Drop delta. What is that? Cost you 125 points, and you're going to get 5 times 4 commander boosters. Now, I don't say get those immediately now. I'd go and get at least one of the tanks for free, which I haven't got there yet. But the Delta is a killer because you saw how this manufactures skills for your 38H. So this is a nice bonus. This thing lasts for another 2.5 weeks, so you got plenty of time. Just wanted to let you know. So it would be helpful if you could tell your friends. That way they could learn about this, possibly like, and possibly subscribe as well. So I'm done. I have set you guys up on a path to kick some butt. So go out there, kick some butt. And I look forward to seeing you guys in another video. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys later.